What's going on, guys? Bethesda Game Studios, more Fallout 3, A Tale of Two Wasteland. And last episode when we left off, we finally finished a quest mod that we were playing, and we ended up in this new little bunker that you could probably use as a player home, with the fact that it's got a bed here along with a lot of storage. And yeah, this episode what we're going to be doing is going to be making a start on some of the side content. So if we look on the achievements here, there's a list of all the side quests that we can do, and the first one is the Wasteland Survival Guide. So we've got the last chapter of that to do. It'll also take us over to Rivet City, which we need to do as part of the main quest as well, and there will be the intelligence bobblehead over there that we can collect. Just gonna go into our home and tidy up inventory. Gonna stick our winterized combat armor back in storage, because we did get this armor for completing the quest mod, which is really cool. So we've got some stuff we can sell to Moira, but there is a marketplace at Rivet City, and the vendors there tend to have quite a few more caps, so we can make use of those as well. So anything Moira can't buy from us.
What's up? And the last chapter is a bit more esoteric. It's about the survival of humanity as a whole, and how to rebuild society. Deep stuff, huh? We need to know how large settlements are formed, how to harness the old technology, and I'll need you to get ancient history from a nearby library. We're in the last stretch now, so let's finish it up strong. What's first?
So we'll do the researching local history first, because that will take us over to Rivet City.
Sure. You'd be surprised how confused people get, even about important things. In this case, I'm talking about Rivet City. It's the most successful survivor settlement around, but no one here really knows how it started. Of course, that's why it's important to know how a place like that succeeded. So I need you to go there and do some researching. Oh, now I can't wait for what you find out down there. And check around to make sure you're hearing the real deal.
Thought I left that at home, but obviously not.
Good hunting! All of us here thank you for...
We will use some of those heavier weapons later on. You want to test out our plasma rifle perk that we got that will work outside VATS, or should work outside VATS, to increase the fire rate. Just want to come over to the Anchorage Memorial in case we get another random encounter. It doesn't seem like anything this time.
This is gonna be fun. Kick ass!
Oh, you're gonna pay for that.
So yeah, it definitely seems like it's working. And I can see that being a little bit overpowered with some of the plasma weapons you can get later on. And we may as well discover the Citadel while we're here. You might notice it looks a little bit different. And that's because I have downloaded a Citadel overhaul mod. And yeah, it just makes the whole thing look much cooler on the inside as well. Makes Brotherhood seem like a much stronger presence in the Wastelands. Can't really do it justice just by doing this little walk through here. But yeah, there's more turrets. Little solar farm there. There's the usual super mutants that spawn. And I think one of those was an overlord, so we'll go take them out. Nice chunk of XP. Quite cool that you can see the Washington Monument from here. Well, you can see it over by Vault 101, but just see it the other side of them ruins. Did not mean to do that. Over here there is a little super mutant camp, along with the prisoner that we can free. So we'll do that on our way to Rivet City.
Now try and hide from this! Try to die!
Thank you. Thank you so much. I thought I was dead for sure. Here, I managed to hide these supplies before they tied me up. You take them. It's the best I can do to thank you. You're right. I'll try to make it on my own. If I'm careful, I should be okay.
I'm pretty sure that survivor just ran straight into the super mutants over there. Yep, looks like them. Gotta love the AI in Bethesda games. But as we go into Rivet City, we are just going to focus on completing what we need to do for Moira's quests.
Good to see you again, friend.
But we will get the intelligence bullhead
Welcome to Rivet City.
while we're here as well.
Please wait while the bridge extends.
Hold it right there. State your business in Rivet City. And who might your father be? If he lives on this boat, I know him. Dr. Lee, eh? Well, then I guess you'd have to ask Dr. Lee for more information. Go on up then. She's probably in the science lab. But keep your nose clean, you hear me?
So this is part of the main quest. You can see
Everything
there,
looks
gain
okay
entrance
here.
to Rivet City, and that is for the main quest. But like I said, we are just going to focus on what we have to do as part of the survival guide. And you notice the quest marker just leads you to Rivet City. It doesn't actually tell you where you need to go, but it's relatively easy to figure out what you need to do. But while we're here, we'll make use of the marketplace.
They call me Shrapnel. I run this place. Got the best damn armament you'll ever see. What you look?
See, they've got a lot more things here, and quite a few weapons from Fallout New Vegas as well. Anytime you see drained energy ammo in a vendor, you want to buy it, because you can recycle it at the bench.
Give me a shout if...
So
Yes,
to learn
that's right.
about Vivid
Hey,
City's
yes,
history,
I can see you eyeing it.
Welcome
to
to
come over
Potomac
here and talk to
Attire. I am
Bannon.
Bannon, proprietor and city council member. I carry discriminating attire for discriminating customers. Between you and me, keeping out the riffraff is good for business.
then we have this option. Could I ask you about Vivid City's history?
Why, I practically set this whole place up. When I got here 12 years ago, it was just a handful of dead-enders squatting in a rusted-out rowboat. Now I'm on the council, and with my leadership, we're the strongest settlement in the Wastes. Of course, a few of those dead-enders still stick around, but who'd want to leave?
Then there is this speech check here, and even with lower speech skills, it's a very easy check to pass. But we've obviously got 100%.
Well, yes, but it was hardly any place of importance until I arrived on the scene. That's all ancient history now. No one would ever care about it. If you insist on wasting your time on that, you could try that bartending old crone down below, Belle Bonnie. Come back soon.
And then you might have seen we have the option of checking other sources to confirm Vivid City's history.
Have you seen my good-for-nothing son, James?
And just like all the other stages of Moira's survival guides, we're going to want to do as many of the optional objectives as we can. And the layout of Vivid City is a little bit different in Tale of Two Wasteland, but it actually makes a little bit more sense to navigate.
You've had too much, Trini. Go sleep it off in the back.
I'll say when I've had enough. You aren't my mother, Belle, so fuck off.
What'll you have? I'm Belle Bonnie, and this is the Muddy Rudder. I'll tell you what I tell all the fresh meat. Don't start anything down here, or I'll have Brock kick your ass. You must be drunk. Are you gonna order or what? History? What, not enough shit around here already? You need to dig up more? Don't know if it ever had an official start. It's just been here forever. Stuck in the river and full of assholes.
And then there is another speech check here, and this one is more difficult to pass, but you definitely want to do this. I don't know if this might be another option to get the same result. We'll
Huh.
click on that.
Why, that lying son of a bitch. He wasn't even born when I got here. Want to know this tub's history? Only person who really knows it is Pinkerton. And most think he's dead, or gone. He's holed up in the other half of the ship, and he don't like visitors. He'll set you straight.
So that does have the same result of pointing in the direction of Pinkerton. But while we're here, we want to go to the science lab, and that will be to pick up the intelligence
I'm
bobblehead.
looking for troublemaker.
It's also where you can talk to Dr. Lee. But we're going to make sure to avoid her.
You glorified test tube jockeys can assist me. For the most...
And here we get an extra 5 points when reading any magazines.
advanced scientific center in the capital Wasteland, I find your...
Look, Dr. Zimmer, we've been over this. We don't know about your runaway robot, and we don't care. This lab is dedicated to solving real problems.
Yes. But Dr. Lee...
Dr. Lee is trying to save lives, and your constant interruptions are interfering with those efforts. Now please, stand aside.
I'm sure the good doctor's work with water purification is fascinating. But if you only knew what was at stake, the technology in that android...
What's at stake? You won't tell me what's at stake. Vagaries and secrecy. A robot's a robot, Zimmer, no matter how shiny the paint job. Now, please.
Ignorance and facetiousness. That's all you people are good for. Shiny paint job
So that is
indeed.
related to another quest that we'll be doing later.
Accomplishments.
You know, if you're
Might
so
have heard a
smart,
mention of
maybe you
Commonwealth there.
could help us.
But that intelligence bobblehead bonus is to the temporary skill buffs you get from reading magazines and doesn't affect the points you get from reading skill books, unfortunately. But to get to Pinkerton, just want to take a little swim. And if you walk along that walkway there, there is a door that you can open, but it is a very hard locked door. So obviously not everyone will be able to unlock that. Obviously we can, but I'll show the alternative route in case you can't unlock that door. All you need to do is come down here. You'll want to swim as fast as you can because we will be underwater. But you can go back up to the surface if you need to catch your breath. You might have heard a Mirelurk there, which we'll be running into now. And there are a few containers underwater that you can access. It tends to just be fairly standard loot. Want to go upstairs again. And then here you might see there is gas in the air, so we have to be careful. But there is a frag mine here we can take on top of this ammo box. And a scope 44 Magnum. And this is the other side of that very hard locked door that I showed you on the outside. But to open it, all you need to do is flick this switch and then it will be unlocked. So you can come and go as you please through there. Then halfway down this hallway there is a tripwire. We have got light steps, so we don't need to worry about the floor traps, but that will trigger a grenade bouquet. I can't remember where it is, and yeah, it'll blow up and do a lot of damage to you along with igniting the gas. Through this room there is this pressure plate here that triggers these 2 combat shotguns. Here is one we need to be careful of. This place is full of a few traps. So there is a terminal here that you'd think would open this door, but you might notice it's booby trapped. To open that door, all you need to do is come over here and press that switch. That will open the door for you. Pinkerton has quite a lot of rubbish.
What's the big
Here
idea?
that you can steal if you're hidden, along with this big book of science that you can take, but he will obviously catch you stealing it if you don't sneak.
How the hell did you get in here? I suppose you can't be all that bad if you made it this far without dying. This is the part where you tell me what the hell you are doing bothering an old man who obviously wants to be left alone. Get on with it already. What? I have better things to do than yak about those backstabbers up topside. Now get going. Ha! Sounds like you've been poking around, all right. I'm surprised any of those reprobates even remember me. Maybe they still laugh about how they edged me out of the council back then. But you can set the record straight. For that, you have to go all the way back to when remnants of the Naval Research Institute cleared the Mirelurks off this wreck, about 40 years ago. We were looking for new lab space, and this bucket of bolts just happened to have a well-preserved science bay on it. Everything else just grew up around that lab once we got it up and running. The science team was led by one H. Pinkerton. That lasted until about 18 years ago, when those ambitious backbiters like Lee and her little team showed up. She came in with her big Purity Project pipe dream, and my whole staff started working with her, those traitors. She even took my seat on the council. By then, I was glad to leave it behind. But hell if I'm leaving the city I made great. Of course I do. A good scientist always keeps track of their data. Here, they probably don't even remember, but I kept the records of that first council meeting. Take them, if it'll put them in their place. Don't let your guard down.
So that did give us a tape. We can take to Moira and complete this quest, and also complete the optional objective, which is good for us because it'll improve our rewards.
Any luck finding out how Rivet City got started?
So again, we have the option to lie. But we're not going to do that.
Aha! Not just as easy as asking around, was it? Good information takes real work to uncover after all. So, tell me all about it. I'll bet they used some sort of chemical device to drive off the Mirelurks. Or a sonic device. Anyway, I guess it worked pretty well. A bit of smarts leads to a big reward, huh? Speaking of which, in thanks, have a few of these. The next time you've got to be quick on your wits. Oh, and I'll let the Rivet City traders know they'll be favorably mentioned in the book. You'll get a discount buying gear from them in the future.
So I'm pretty sure that discount is for completing the optional objective, which is really cool.
I've got to do a section on working with old computer electronics, so there's some research to be done in the old Robco production facility. Also, there used to be a big library out there. Imagine a whole building full of books. I'll need you to gather information there for me. And that'll be it for the last chapter. So, what'll it be?
So we start off using the old technology.
It does, doesn't it? I mostly just deal with it after it's junked. But a trader gave me this Robco processor widget. He said it's worth a fortune. According to him, if it's connected to the mainframe in the Robco factory, you could have access to all the robots you'd ever want. Now that would be a great example of how to harness technology, wouldn't it?
If you have the robotics expert perk, you can just complete this without having to do the quest. Obviously that's not going to show off the mission, so we're not going to do that. And go with the other options.
Yeah, you should just be able to plug it into the mainframe at the Robco production facility. It'll give you access to the robots and terminals. Okay, here. And be sure to keep an eye peeled for any other examples of how to make old technology work for you out there.
So if we look on our quests tab, we have the main quest of installing the processor widget, but there is also an optional objective to sort of adjust the Robco computer, but I'm pretty sure
Billy says not
that
to talk
requires a science skill of 50 to sort of mess with the terminal. Obviously we've got our science to 100, so we won't have to worry about doing that. You might notice that all our stats have bonuses, and that is because of our armor effect that we got for doing the quest mod, and that is increasing our luck by 1. So all our stats, all our skills are increased a little bit as well. But seeing as the next 2 objectives take place in relatively big sized dungeons, and this episode has already been quite long, I'm going to wrap this episode up here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode and have been enjoying the series so far. Thanks for watching it. And if you have been enjoying the series, please like and subscribe for more, and then that way you won't miss out on the rest of it. Also, any mods that I've mentioned throughout the video will be linked down in the description below, so you can download them and try them out for yourself. I'll also link the quest mod that we did last episode down there as well, just to keep it in the description for you guys, so you guys can download that and try it yourself, and that way you'll be able to get your hands on this awesome armor that we've got. It seems to have pretty decent item condition as well. But thanks again for watching, really appreciate having you guys here, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.